And if make a dream a dream, and go for it at 110%. Manifest your destiny. It will work out for you. Now, without further ado, now that we have totally given you guys the philosophical experience that is me and Ralph right now, we are going to bring in our good friend who has just joined our Zoom chat, Mr. Hold on, let me full screen it over here. Oh, nope,
Hey,
not gallery view.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Hey, do I need to wear phones? Because you're at the dinner table with me and Allie.
Awesome. What a great place to be, right?
Do you need me to wear phones? Is it gonna bleed if I'm not wearing phones?
No, dude. You're all right.
Okay. Great.
You're all right. So everybody, this is our good friend Neil P. Nebo.
Can you see?
He is.
See, Allie?
Yeah, hi.
Oh, hey, Allie. How are you?
That's Allie.
Good to see you again. It's been since Willietown since we've seen you.
That's right.
Yeah. Awesome. So you got the video. You got these. You got this. This body. Is this body rock shit that's playing in your background?
It's from the movie Story of Ricky, which is a Japanese ultra-violent movie from the 90s.
We were just talking about Japanese movies. That's strange.
Did you see the old Daily Show with Craig Kilborn? It was like before Jon Stewart. It was you guys were probably like fucking 9 when it was out. Do you remember? There's a scene where he's smashing the guy's face and his head's exploding. It's from this movie.
Oh shit!
Nice.
That's awesome. Sick, dude.
Yeah, I gotta move my head so you can see the gore. It's tight.
At the dinner table. Hell yeah.
Yeah, here
And
I'm
that's from the movie Body Rock. Okay, so JMO, I had this idea that I was gonna stream myself watching a movie,
Yeah.
and it flew on Twitch, but I tried it on YouTube, and I got a community guideline strike warning.
Well, yeah, because what happens is if there's ever a second. Oh wait, okay, so if there's ever a second to where you just let their shit play, and you're not creating content over the audio that's being played in the background, then that is a copyright violation because you are no longer their audio is playing enough to be flagged. But if you just, if you're talking the whole time or just have some kind of white noise, I think would probably disturb that algorithm enough to not interrupt it.
I'm just straight up not gonna stream myself watching movies. I learned the hard way.
We'll do it on Twitch and not on YouTube, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I just realized that it's like if I'm gonna use copyrighted shit, I gotta do it on Twitch because that seems to be the only place it flies.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that's what I like about Twitch is they don't limit you. They don't have any algorithms that are fucking you if you don't agree with their political fucking stance. It's just it's true freedom over here.
I call it the Wild West, man.
I call it T2 was fucking right. Neil P. Nebo tried to tell us for the last I don't even know how long.
So what did I realize recently? Oh, okay. So I did this stream, right? And I was playing this old clip when I was really fat doing this song. And I go on this whole rant about how when Jesus comes back, there's not going to be enough toilet paper. And it's so crazy because that was like 2006 when I went on that rant. And now it's like Jesus is coming back and there's not enough toilet paper.
Oh
So
my
it's like-
God.
I'm telling you, this man has been predicting the future since 1991.
Dude. But it's crazy because I hadn't seen this clip in like 13 years, and I'm like, holy shit! I'm talking about like toilet paper shortage, and then it actually happens.
Oh,
He had
yeah.
a fucking premonition.
He did, dude.
I just was saying dumb shit on stage. I don't think I actually thought it was gonna happen, but
So
Something channeled you.
So the people want to know what's for dinner, Neil. What are you eating?
we're eating these Dr. Prager veggie patties, and sweet potatoes and onions and avocado and steamed spinach, and then we got some lentil soup and some LaCroix.
Just a ton of vegetables.
So are you guys like full vegetarian now?
Pescatarian.
I like
we
I
eat
like fish.
fish.
I'm with that. I'm with that. I said if there's any, I don't know if I could do full vegetarian, but I could do pescatarian.
Yeah.
We don't like. She can't have milk or any milk products or gluten.
There's no like dairy or gluten in the house, but we do fish because sushi is awesome.
Well, see,
Yeah,
I can eat
we-
cheese, but I can't eat milk. I can't drink milk.
Yeah. It's kind of disgusting anyway.
I can have it all, but you know,
Mm-hmm.
cows are cute, I guess.
Yeah, dude, who wants to kill a cow, man? Come on, we've been eating quinoa spinach burgers, dude. Fire.
But I tell you what, every once in a while I'll break down and I'll eat myself some fucking ground round on a grill with a fat slab of American cheese, and I'll fucking devour that shit, and I'll be like, oh, I like ribs, you know. But I just don't eat it all the time. I'm pretty much mostly vegan.
We're mostly vegan.
But
yeah.
but then sometimes we eat some fish.
Yeah.
So we're
It's whatever.
definitely not vegan.
We're not like preachy about it.
Yeah, we just
What's favorite fish? Favorite fish? Give it to me.
salmon.
Salmon.
But then we just had tilapia, and I thought that was really good.
Well, white.
Tilapia
I
is
like
fine.
it all. I like whitefish too.
Mhm. Anything.
You ever had swordfish?
No.
I want to say I had, like, it's kind of steaky, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's like
Yep.
the steak of seafood, dude.
Okay. I used to work at this restaurant when I was like 18, 19, 20, and they had a swordfish like special that they would have like maybe once a week. So I've definitely had it before, and it's tough like a steak.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, dude, there was up in San Francisco. We went to this like seafood market, dude, and they had a whole shelf. They had every seafood thing you could ever, fucking calamari steaks, but then they also had seafood
Ooh.
jerky. Dude, you ever had seafood jerky?
No,
That sounds good.
is it good?
Fire, absolute.
Oh.
It tastes like you're just eating the fish, but you can just like carry it around in your fucking pocket for a week.
So I was doing this weird diet, like 2017, where I was eating nothing but meat and vegetables. They make jerky out of all types of different shit, man.
Dude, I'd never seen seafood jerky until I walked in there. I was like, "What the fuck is this? It smelled so good. It looked great."
Yeah, I've never seen that either.
It's beautiful, dude. Look into it. You guys would like it if you're on the pescatarian. So, I guess I got a question for you musically. I see that you're on the stream. I've given Neil P a shout out in chat, guys. Go ahead and check him out. He's on Twitch. He's new to Twitch. He's coming to Twitch. He's here to fucking take over. He's gonna blow your fucking minds, and he's a very entertaining guy. So please follow him at Neil P here on Twitch.
Yeah. That's my Twitch shit.
And so
Twitch.tv/Neil P.
that's right. And he's got a pretty good show. And I see that Allie's playing too. So like, are you guys gonna do some shit together ever on your Neil P channel?
I don't see why not. We just have to find a way because it's so everything I'm doing right now is so singular. We have to find a way to split the monitoring headphones and be able to like have multiple ways for us both to hear if we're gonna actually perform together.
Mhm.
And then we're also gonna need more inputs. So
Well,
right now what we're doing is we're just kind of trading off because I'm so limited as far as inputs are concerned. But when it gets to the point where we want to start doing stuff together, if I can upgrade our gear, then that will become possible,
Yep.
yep. That's what literally
I'm
held us
so
back.
new, dude.
Dude, we started out, all we had was a 4-channel interface, and we had, it
One
was just like,
webcam.
it was like double up the guitar and bass on one channel, put Ralph's drums on a channel, and then we have 2 vocals. Or double up the vocals, have guitar, bass, and 1 drum channel. It's hard.
I
dude.
don't even have that much, dude.
How many channels do you have?
My mixer has well, they say it's a 6-channel mixer, but it's pretty much like a 3-channel mixer, and the 2 other channels are for stereo. They have it left and right.
Right.
It's just a tiny little $50 guy. All I'm trying to do is get my shit to sound good and get my streams to look decent, and then after that, I'll start building from there.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
dude, from what I've seen, they're not. I've seen way worse streams. Your shit doesn't sound bad. It sounds really good, and you're like you can sing and play. So and I don't know how you could make it sound any better right now, but I agree being able to add more shit into it would be cool.
Reverb, man. I had to do the last stream with dry vocals because
Oh, I hate
what
that.
I'm doing is I'm mixing everything. I'm not mixing it in Logic anymore because it's too much of a pain in the ass to have Logic running like 4 inputs and then going out from. So I'm pretty much all I'm doing is I'm sending my mixer out. And we're talking about dorky stuff. This is supposed to be like an interview that's
No, it's fine.
I'm just sending my mixer out right into the interface. So all it's getting is a left and right from my mixer into the interface, and I'm sending one audio signal to
Yep. Well,
to the
I know.
stream.
I know how frustrating it is, dude. That's what I told Ralph. We run into the same problem where our interface will send out the dry signal rather than the actual master signal from the program.
It's got to be wet.
Yep. It's got to be wet.
Yeah, it
We
does.
want it wet.
Well, I just got this looper thing, and it's got all of these preset input effects. So I'm gonna be able to do fucking a vocoder thing. I'm gonna be able to put like wah on my voice, all types of weird delays, reverbs. I'm gonna get real fucking weird with it.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna start like doing DMT like during my stream, and then just
So, yeah. So I've got a question about your music.
Okay.
I think you'd probably be the only one who could answer it. Give me a little insight into the new song off your new album, California, the one that's like, we've been in the Shire way too long.
My friend Zach wrote those lyrics.
Really? Got a beard growing on your heart.
It's about moving. It's about kind of setting forth on a quest, and we wrote that song together right before I was about to move to California. So like the whole song it's about moving 3,000 miles away from home, essentially.
Going to Wales, meeting the Welsh, exploring the
Yes.
truth and finding myself.
He just made those lyrics up on the spot. So we co-wrote the song. He was the ghostwriter on the first, not really even a ghostwriter because he's credited on the album. So he was a writer, and he wrote the first verse, and I wrote the second verse, and then he kind of came up with the chorus, like all of the beard growing on my heart shit.
Yeah,
That's all my friend Zach.
it's
It's-
cool.
That's good stuff.
He's a real weirdo. But the thing is like all that shit that he's saying is really weird, but it like under those weird words is like, it's very meaningful to me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And that's the thing with my music, is if you look at it on a surface level, it looks ridiculous and stupid, but like underneath it, it's like, it's something that really means a whole lot to me. So it confuses people because at first glance, it seems stupid as fuck, but it's
no,
really sincere though.
to me, it's not stupid. I would say it's a little goofy, but it's like
At times, yeah.
it gets goofy. But for like the raw product for what it is it's actually a true reflection and a look inside of who you are. And you couldn't be more fucking direct and honest with your songwriting, honestly. Like you put it right out there. Cool is one of my favorite things where you're like, my fucking bitch ex-girlfriend thinks I'm not cool because I don't do because I do spreadsheets instead of cocaine. I just want to be cool.
We would get together. I would get together with her and friends that I've known for 10 plus years. So she was new, and she would take them aside, or she would be like, do you know he has spreadsheets? And she would like say it like, can you believe this fucking guy? To like people that have known me for like 12, 13 years. And they'd be like, yeah. And if you're running a business, you need fucking spreadsheets. She like couldn't wrap her head around it. She's like, you're such a fucking nerd. You have spreadsheets. And I'm just like, dude, have you ever booked a tour before? You need spreadsheets.
Yeah, like how did we keep track of fucking gas?
Like, I don't know. If you're running a business, you have to fucking have spreadsheets. You have to have your Excel open, like, and I like to see, I stopped doing it after a while. I like to see how much money I was taking in and how much money was going out. And there was a couple of years there where I was in the red for so long. I'm just like, you know what? I'm not going to keep track of this shit anymore. I'm just going to see if I have enough fucking money in my bank account to live.
Right.
Because it got depressing after a while. I was keeping all the receipts and I was itemizing everything and I had everything in a fucking spreadsheet. And then I'm like, at the end of every month, it's just this big red number, negative this.
Yep. Same thing.
Sure. And I'm just like, man, this is fucking depressing. It's time to be a little less anal. But yeah, you know, that's the thing is if you're gonna make art, you should be honest. But there's a lot of people that write really weird lyrics that aren't necessarily about them. So I don't know. I just do what I do. There's no set of rules for how you make your art, write your music. You just do what you do, and hope it connects with somebody. You know.
Well, I think that you got a lot of fans. You got it going on. There's a lot of people I know that have even just discovered you guys through us and that have like fallen in love with you.
Oh, it's nice. We've had a lot of fun like doing all these shows with you guys and getting, I tell people all the time from doing tours, like you meet these random fucking people and you meet them for one day and the next thing you know, they're in your life for like fucking years. And then 10 years go by and you're like, wow, 12 years go by, fucking 20 years goes by. Cause I'm 39. Like I'm like pushing 40. I'm going to be 40 in February of fucking 2021. And,
born in 91.
Dude, I was born in 81.
Oh, okay.
but like, yeah, we just fucking randomly played a show with you guys in Ohio. I remember this kid, Chris, was working with Tom Blessing. What was that kid? What's that kid's name? He's got red hair, cute little guy. He's in a band called JoJo Stella.
Oh yeah, the guitar player. Yeah.
What the fuck is his last name?
I can't remember, but it's Chris. Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah.
Nice guy. He's like, yeah, this band Glostik Willie. He's like, you guys gotta play with them.
He put the show together.
We did it at Howard's, and then
Bowling Green.
That was fucking like 24. That was like 6 years ago, dude.
That was the first time I saw you guys, and that was when I was like, that fucking guy was crazy. It was awesome.
It was just an act, But I remember, but it's crazy because now we've done fucking what, 5 Willie Fests?
Yeah. Like I'm ready. I bring you on every one. You guys are a unique show. And there's no band like you. There's no sound like you.
So the first time we did Willie Fest when Randy and Leahy were there, that was such an epic fucking day.
Yeah.
And Buddha was like, y'all want to do some acid? And I'm like, oh, everyone took like whatever Buddha gave us. But I just took it immediately. Because I'm like, all right, in an hour, I'm going to be watching Randy and Leahy like do dick jokes. And then we're playing right after that. And oh my God, that was incredible.
You came out on stage, you said, we're Downtown Brown and we're on acid.
I think only I was.
It was awesome, dude. But you guys put on a great show and fucking rest in peace, the late, great Jim Leahy fucking loved Downtown Brown.
It was so cool because he wasn't really partying, but he was acting drunk. Like it made me realize how good of an actor he was.
Right.
Because when he came backstage and started talking to me, he totally dropped the kayfabe, the drunk Leahy. He just became this nice, sweet, well-spoken man. And he gave me some advice, about the dynamics of a performance. And he just like, it just was, I don't know, it was just so, and I was trip faced as fuck. And Buddha was standing there and fucking Randy was standing there with his gut out. And I just was like, I looked over at fucking Randy's gut and I looked over and it's Jim Leahy. And I'm just like, what the fuck? It was amazing.
Yeah, dude. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it was so surreal getting to like chill with those dudes, especially like being fans of the show and then really getting to talk to them and see like how much they respect their craft, how serious they take it, and how good they are at it.
Dude, I remember seeing some documentary where it was like he's a thespian. He's like a stage actor, like does Shakespeare and shit. But I never really like saw it until I was just my face was blown off on these gel tabs, and he like approached me and started talking, and I'm like, oh my god, like this guy literally is just a great actor, and he can just act like he's blacked out, you know.
Yeah, he killed it.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And Randy Bobandy was a lot of fun. That was just a good time. I actually, I had plans of bringing Randy Bobandy back for Willie Town this year. I'm still trying to make it happen, but it's just like, who even knows? What do I do? You know, what would you do, Neil, if you had a festival right now that was planned for October and you couldn't even start booking it because people don't even know if they want to commit to playing shows in October, but your whole festival rides on the fact, on the point that whether if anybody fucking agrees to play your festival, what would you do?
So dude, I mean, ICP last year did the gathering at Nelson Ledges, and this year they're just straight up canceled it. And usually, I think the gathering is usually like at the end of the summer.
It's in August. Yeah, me and Ralph were there last year. It was in Indiana.
It was in Indiana last year. We were there whooping.
So when was it at the Ledges?
It wasn't. It was a long time
really
ago.
long time ago. Last I heard, they had got thrown out of the Ledges. But I think the Ledges had changed ownership.
Because they destroyed the beach with Faygo mixing with the sand.
Yeah, but then it was set to happen there this year, and I saw that they had canceled it.
And that's
August. my brain is melted. They were going to play the Ledges and they canceled.
Yes.
Right.
Well, I mean, just think about that. Think about that's a fucking big festival, and they're not gonna take that risk.
Right.
You know. So I don't know. I don't know what to say.
And it's like, what do you do? Do you cancel your fucking show, or do you just try and scale it back and do it on a smaller scale so you can still have the experience, but just not lose as much as you're going to?
I mean, this is the thing, man. If we're not out of the woods, like we work with this agent out here that he told me, he hit me up recently. He's like, you've been MIA. And it's like, dude, it's like, I don't know when live shows might not come back till 2021. So like, what is the point of me talking to you, the guy that books our live shows, about anything? I'm not like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like,
with the big
of course I've been MIA. I don't know when live shows are coming back. That's why I'm doing this streaming shit. If I had it my way, I'd be getting up on stage with my friends and playing music, but I can't. So I got to fucking do the next best thing. And that's getting on the internet and saying dumb shit into a microphone, you know?
Yeah. Hey, but you'll find Nebo that it's a lot of fun because it will become like its own TV channel. And it's like,
fucking
that's what I was saying. It's like ever since I was a little kid, I wanted my own TV show, and now I got one in my bedroom, dude.
yeah. Fucking Skynet is real. T2 is right. Nebo's got a channel.
But the thing is, now comes the hard part, like actually having an entertaining experience that people will want to come back and watch week after week, you know? So that's the hard part. And getting everything to fucking work, you know?
Yeah. The hardware. You'll get there.
It's new, but shit, I was telling my mom on the phone today, it was like I made more money during this fucking pandemic doing dumb streaming shit than I have in like the last 2.5 months when I was unemployed and trying to fucking scrounge change to pay my bills.
Right.
You know? So it's like, man, after that first stream I did, I got over $500 in donations. And I'm like, dude, if I can make $500 literally sitting at my computer desk and playing songs on the internet, it's like, why would I ever want to play a live show ever again?
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Well,
because it's fun. I enjoy it. But it was a really eye-opening fucking experience because I'm just like, dude, you can fucking play a gig and not leave your house? What the fuck? Crazy.
Yeah, dude, we've been on this streaming shit for a long time, and it blew my mind when I first heard about it. But I heard about it in the sense that, what do you mean motherfuckers are making money playing video games on the internet?
That's all I knew about it. That's literally all I knew until our friends in Psychostick told us one day, and this was probably a year ago. They say we're making just as much money streaming as we were actually like loading up the van and going to drive and go to a gig. And I'm like, how? But then once you start learning about it, you realize there's a whole there's a whole like code of ethics, and there's a way it's monetized in a way that's way better than like Spotify streams.
Oh yeah.
You know, like
You don't
how much
get
how much you get paid off Spotify a month, and then how much are you getting paid from your streaming shit?
Yeah. Well, you're getting 5% of the money that you bring in for that platform, if that.
Yeah, it sucks.
You know, and like we had this discussion on our stream a few weeks ago where it was like
It's low.
It's like YouTube doesn't create any fucking content on their shit. They've got people like you and us creating content that are bringing people there to watch said content, and then they're making ad revenue off of our content, keeping 98% of it and kicking us pennies. But then when they kick us the pennies, they also put a few middlemen in between there to take their cut of our pennies. So we barely get anything.
You ever start sweating after you eat? You just eat and then you just covered in sweat.
Go for a jog, Neil. Go for a jog.
I went for a bike ride already.
That's good for you. It's good. It's good for the cardio, dude. Hey, we have to live a long time. We got a lot of shit to do.
It's true. I'm gonna live till I'm like 72.
I can't wait to see you that old, still fucking killing it.
Oh, I don't know, man. Like my body is gonna stop working. My body hates me. I hurt,
dude.
I got back problems, neck problems, knee problems, ligament problems.
You will be full bionic by then.
But check it out. I've been dosing myself with CBD, and I feel like it legitimately has lessened my pain response, especially in my neck.
Well, here's the thing about that, Nebo. You know, every living thing except insects has cannabinoid receptors. Which what blew my mind when I started researching this stuff, because I own this fucking CBD store.
Yeah, you might know a thing about this.
So here's the deal: when a human fetus is developing, one of the first things it develops as a newly developed fetus is a cannabinoid receptor. So it's like literally one of the first chemical compounds that a newly developing human fetus is asking for is CBD, cannabinoids. So when you don't give that human fetus the chemicals that it's developing receptors for from the very start, then you have a chemical imbalance from the very beginning of that human development. So if you start, I say, if you're pregnant and you have a baby, you should be giving that baby cannabinoids, because that baby has cannabinoid receptors. Why? Everything happens for a reason. It doesn't have cannabinoid receptors because we as a society deem that it's wrong and pregnant women shouldn't be doing drugs. It's a vitamin. It's a supplement.
You can fill those receptors without psychoactive.
Right.
Right.
No THC. It's a CBD. It's a cannabinoid receptor, which is a CBD, CBGs.
So you can find ways around getting high. You could feed a baby CBD and the baby won't get high, or will it?
No, it won't, because it's like, look, dude, and even me, I love smoking fucking weed and I love getting high, right? But sometimes, like when I have headaches or I can't get to sleep, smoking weed just makes me just get higher and think crazier and get more off the end. But if I take a little drop of CBD, it balances my brain chemistry enough for me to fall asleep.
Yeah, I just need more CBD, bro. Can you send me some?
Yeah. I have some excess. I could send you a bottle, no problem.
I've been eating these edibles that are 1-to-1 CBD to THC, and ever since I started eating them, I'm just like, wow, my neck hurts less. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude.
Well, and what that's doing is, it's like your body can take care of itself, okay? You don't need anything to take care of yourself. Even your pain, or if your little things have crossed and it needs to get worked out, your body can do all that on its own if it's chemically balanced and homeostasis is being promoted. And in order to promote homeostasis, you need to have a proper chemical balance. And without cannabinoids for your hundreds of cannabinoid receptors throughout your entire body, you have a chemical imbalance. So you don't have homeostasis in your body. It can't take care of itself.
They used to tell me I had a chemical imbalance with my serotonin, and then they put me on antidepressants. But there's no way you can test whether or not your fucking serotonin is balanced. And I always thought that was weird. I don't know the science behind the cannabinoid chemical imbalance, but I just remember those were hot buzzwords that were thrown around when they were trying to get me to take pills for my mental issues.
Right.
And that lady didn't know shit about my mental issues. I just I came in and was all depressed and fat and.
Well, and they tell you like most health problems are caused by chemical imbalances. Well, what the fuck chemicals are we not getting? Okay, well, cannabinoids is one because they're fucking illegal and it's been prohibited until like recently. And now that people are starting to get them, dude, I ran this fucking shop and I sold CBD to people and I watched the results. And I had one lady, what blew my mind is when people come in and they're like, I had fucking 15 seizures a day. Now I don't have any, or I have one if I'm lucky. Or
yeah, like those kids too. The most telling thing I ever saw about CBD is when I saw some kid online having a seizure, and then they gave him CBD, and the seizure just stopped.
Yeah, because it'll stop it immediately. It's
crazy.
And I have these customers that came in because they had 3 kids that had. Their kids had this super rare form of epilepsy that 1 in 100,000 kids have, but they had 3 kids who had it. And this water soluble, fast acting CBD was the only thing that helped them. And I mean, dude, they came in every week because, and kids with ADD, you guys want to give them a fucking amphetamine to fucking treat ADHD? Are you fucking kidding me? Why? It's because they're fucking going crazy because they have a chemical imbalance in their brain because they're not getting fucking anything. You're feeding them bullshit, and there's cannabinoid receptors that you're not even educating people about. And it's like, this shit should be widely accepted. It helps. I've seen people get their vision back because of CBD.
That's amazing. Yeah, my brother was a Ritalin kid, and I think I've read a lot of articles, and pretty much the takeaway I got, I don't know, I'm kind of talking slow, my brain's working slow, is the one thing that was in common for all these Ritalin kids is a chemical dependency into their adult years. And a lot of addicts were just pretty much taught to be addicts when they were a little kid popping a pill for whatever problem they had, like the ADHD thing,
Yeah.
Because my brother right now is like a heavy coffee drinker and weed smoker because he's just he's the type of person that doesn't feel normal unless he's on drugs, pretty much, because that was his whole childhood. Imagine you're taking amphetamines in your developing stages of your life, being prescribed a fucking meter dose of methamphetamine when you're a kid. You were a Ritalin kid, weren't you? An Adderall kid?
I was a Ritalin kid.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was.
And we're both addicts.
I was on Ritalin since I was pretty much. I started at 6, and then it switched to Adderall all through high school, and then I became a very short-lived drug addict, and now I don't do drugs anymore. But yeah, I think it got me launched off into wanting to get uppers,
Well, and did the I know I had a lot of friends who were kids like that, and their doctors would kind of use them as lab rats.
I was like a guinea pig in one situation.
Yeah, they'll throw you experimental drugs, and it's man, we had our friend overdose right in front of our face because the doctors prescribed him, what was it, Ativans or whatever, Vyvanse when it was
brand new.
When it was brand new.
That.
As an experimental drug.
Vyvanse.
Neil fucked with that.
That was my favorite speed.
They were crazy. We used to party on them because we were young, dumb kids. But yeah, those fucking things are evil, dude.
Well, okay, so my ex used to describe her Vyvanse because she's the one who got me hooked on it. She kept feeding it to me when we were doing this cross-country trip, and I just pretty much drove for hours and hours because I was eating. She would open up the cap, and I was eating the powder.
Yeah.
Oh
and that shit, because I've taken Adderall and I've taken Ritalin, but the Vyvanse she always referred to it as being smoother than Adderall.
Was it?
Yeah, to me, it was. It was the best. I was addicted to. I used to fucking. She got pissed off at me because she caught me going into her pill jar because I was so fucking strung out on Vyvanse that I would fucking steal it from her. So that's a little bit about me and my Vyvanse. He's like,
God.
"Are you taking my Vyvanse?" I'm like, "No," but I totally like would wake up at 6 a.m. and pour a little bit out and be like, and then I would go get a Monster Energy drink. This was 2017. I was like really a speed freak.
But like, isn't it a damn shame that like when a kid has a hard time focusing on fucking work, which kid doesn't, that like their immediate fucking reaction is to prescribe them some fucking drugs?
Yeah, I agree. It's wrong.
With the craziest part about it is these kids are still developing, you know?
Yeah.
Like there's parts of their brain that are not fully developed. And if you're introducing like harsh chemicals at such there are 15-year-old kids that are put on Prozac and shit. And it's like, man, because I tell you what, the 6 years I was taking Zoloft, it was what do they call SSRI? Serotonin reuptake inhibitor. I don't even know what any of those words mean, but it's an antidepressant. But I still think that I haven't fully. I think it changed me, honestly. The way my brain works, I think it like fried out some shit in my brain because I feel like it's way harder for me to like be naturally happy since coming off that shit than before I decided. Crazy part about the night I decided, or the day I decided to start taking antidepressants, like I had the bottle and I started taking them on fucking June 6th, 2006.
666, baby.
Yeah, dude. And I remember that day. I remember just being like, because let's say you have a chemical imbalance, or let's say you are depressed, and then all of a sudden you get this rush of serotonin into your body. It's a really powerful thing. And the side effects to those pills in particular was just excessive sweating and like your eyeballs would like they would like shake inside your eye socket sometimes. And then, yeah, it's nearly impossible to ejaculate when you're taking antidepressants too, because your body doesn't, your body's pleasure fucking centers are so overworked that something like touching your dick isn't as pleasurable enough to make it fucking shoot.
As just taking as taking the pill is, yeah. It's like, that's what gets you activated.
It was just crazy. I remember, and I don't know why I'm talking about all this, but I might as well. I remember fucking, I'm covered in sweat trying to fucking get the job done. Like, and I was upstairs at my mom's house, and I remember like it took like 45 minutes for me to like make it happen. And then when I was done, I was like covered in sweat. I like fucking laid down on my side and I just was like, like, because normally it's like you just get it done and you go on with your day, but it literally was like trying to climb a fucking mountain. You know what I'm saying? I had to climb Everest just to fucking.
Well, and that's the thing too, is like a lot of people who do those kinds of drugs will take LSD and can't get off on it. LSD has no effect on some people who are on antidepressants because they're so used to those areas of the brain are just blocked.
Yeah, I used to mix antidepressants and booze and LSD and mushrooms, and I still felt, all of it. But yeah, just makes your dick not work as good.
Well, hey, it's a learning experience. Did you learn anything from that? Like, is that...
I learned that I don't want to be on fucking pills,
And you can tell that just by listening to your music.
Yeah.
And that's what's beautiful about it, and that's why your music is so true and so you.
I got a song about it.
Yeah, pills.
Neil P's a fucking truther, dude.
I took a fucking video from the stage of you preaching that song to Willietown.
Oh, tight.
You did it. It's on our Instagram. It's there.
Oh, yeah, from when we did the Downtown Willie set.
Yeah. So I guess I just want a little insight to like, okay, let's say that you want to release a new Downtown Brown album. Like, what?
Not gonna happen for a long time.
Well, no. But I mean, like let's say with California, like, obviously you were kind of in between members and you really didn't have like a solid group through that. So like, what did you just like? What was the process of that album?
Okay, I moved to California. I was homeless, and I had a credit card, and I started paying motherfuckers to do to record these songs that I'd written in little parts. And pretty much I put the first song I did with the old drummer Fishbone and the current bass player Fishbone Norwood. And I spent a bunch of money I wanted to release it as a single. I spent a bunch of money putting a video together for it, but I paid some guy to do the video instead of me doing it myself. And I didn't like how it turned out. So I spent like $3,000 on something that I shelved. And then, my mom had brain surgery, and then I got back to California again, and then my hernia popped out, and then I went back to Michigan where I had insurance to get hernia surgery. And then while I was recovering from hernia surgery, I did a GoFundMe. I did an Indiegogo to fund the album. And then I spent the rest of it. So pretty much I recorded some of it in California before my hernia popped out. Then I went to Detroit and I needed to finish the album. And so I knew a bunch of musicians in California and they started the album. And then I went back to Detroit and I finished the album at home and pretty much like just paying for it with my credit card.
Oh yeah, I remember.
So then it just became a game of trying to recoup initial investment and not be in debt. And that took about a year of me working a regular ass job, not touring as much, and just like being real careful with my finances. So I pretty much, so doing an album for me is like dipping into a fucking pocketbook that isn't mine with interest.
Right.
And then rolling the dice to see if enough people are going to like it enough for me to not lose my ass. Yeah.
Well, where did you, what studio did you record it at? Where was most of it recorded or all of it?
Most of it was recorded in Plymouth, Michigan at a place called, what the fuck is it called? The Church? They call it The Church. But it's called Plymouth Rock Recordings. And I've been working with that engineer since 1999.
Wow.
So he is like my guy. But it costs money because it's hourly. He has an hourly rate to engineer, and it adds up. You know, it's not cheap.
Right. You have a basic understanding of Logic, and I mean, like when you got your stuff running and everything's running through there, it sounds pretty good. I mean, have you ever thought about just like doing shit yourself?
Well, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just getting to know Logic, so pretty much if it gets to the point where I don't even know if I can get decent enough sounding sounds and then just have someone like my guy back home professionally mix and master it.
Yeah.
Like that's definitely more of an option now than it was, because I'm like, I decided to start getting into actually like making my own shit a little too late. I feel if I was a little bit more on the ball when I was like in my early 20s, instead of getting loaded and like paying other people to do fucking everything for me, I would have fucking learned how to do all that shit myself when I still had that young big dick energy. Because once you hit your fucking 30s, like your body starts slowing down a little bit. It's harder to fucking really, when you're in your 20s, you're just like, all right, I'm gonna take over the fucking world. And you have like, you just do crazy shit. You just have a lot of fucking confidence, I feel, when you're in your 20s. You got like nothing to lose either. But by the time I don't know, I feel like by the time you hit your 30s, if you haven't like already made something in your life happen, you start to beat yourself up a little bit, and you're also fucking tired because you've been going hard for a decade, you know? So,
yeah.
So yeah, my advice to anyone is if you have big ambitions, like don't fucking get all fucked up in your 20s and just waste all your time. Like use that time like where you're the most confident and you're just full of all this stupid confidence and optimism. Like when you're in your 20s, you're just like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking do great things with my life.
Hell yeah.
You know? But I just was getting loaded. I thought like all I had to do was like just get loaded and be funny and like have a sick band, and all this other shit would happen for me by other people. And it's like, dude, I should have been making all that shit happen for myself. And that's what I'm learning now. I'm just late to the game. I'm like fucking in my late 30s and really starting to get into, producing every aspect of my brand.
Well, and that's the thing. Like I was always like, hey, we have to go to studios and we'll be paying for studios like that. But like talking to one of the dudes from Papadozio, they're a pretty big band. They've fucking scaled the ladder and they're pretty fucking high and they've got a lot of shit going on. But like sitting down and talking to those guys, it's like, oh, well, we just decided to do it all ourselves. And that's when it really started happening for us, was when we recorded our own albums. And yeah, the first one wasn't that good and the second one got a little better. But then like the third one, it's like, okay, we're doing it now. So it's like really for them, they said the best thing they did was go off on their own and start recording their own albums in their fucking bedrooms and at their own home studios.
All I know is if I was like fucking with like recording shit back in my 20s instead of just being loaded, like I would have a whole different business model, because the business model was always save up enough money to pay some engineer to do something that you could do yourself. And like, it's just such a flawed thing, because the return on any sort of hard media, and now the return is even less with streaming. It's like you have to find a way to cut as much cost as possible. So yeah, if I could do California all over again, I would be fucking making the beats, recording the stems, and engineering it all by myself, and then having someone who knows what the fuck they're doing with mixing.
Yeah.
Like give it that pro sound. Because dude, we put this band out on a record label back in like 2004, and they gave us this dog shit like home recording, and I took it to a really good engineer and he made it sound sick. Like the thing was dog shit when it was brought to me. It was like really bad.
Yeah.
But a good engineer is like all you need, like to mix and fucking master something. Like it can be recorded in your bedroom and probably sound pretty badass if someone knows what they're doing for the post.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm talking a lot.
No, that's exactly what we want. But I mean, I'm not gonna keep you all night. So I mean, I guess I'll have like one or two more questions, and we'll let you go.
We started watching Breaking Bad again because we just Better Call Saul season 5 just ended.
So yeah, so let me ask you about this. What are some of your, like, you're in quarantine. We're all fucking glued to our Netflix and Amazons and all that shit. What are some of your favorite shows right now? Anything
watched,
like new you've watched?
I Love New York.
Oh yeah, we watched the VH1 show,
classic.
Flavor of Love.
Pumpkin spit in New York's mouth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Classic, dude. I love it.
I'm glad that you know that.
Yeah, and then Pumpkin ended up making out with Mr. Boston after he at the reunion show.
New York.
Yeah,
Mr.
I Love New York
Boston.
season 1. I think I Love New York season 1 is some of the best reality television.
Amazing.
Yeah, it literally had me. I was riveted to the television.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah, we're big Vince. Well, at least I am. Vince Gilliam, the guy that directed and wrote Breaking Bad.
I like it now too.
Yeah. So she got into Better Call Saul, which actually I think like it's.
But Breaking Bad's good too.
Breaking Bad is good, but Better Call Saul is really well done. I almost think I like it better. But
well, have you guys checked out Ozark?
I keep hearing about
everyone
it.
keeps telling us we got to check out Ozark and how great it is.
Is it that good?
It's great, man. It's up there with Breaking Bad, dude.
Yeah, it's up the same alley.
Yeah,
it felt like it.
It's like Jason Bateman gets involved in the drug trade somehow.
Money laundering.
Oh, money laundering. Oh, okay. All right,
Jason
cool.
Bateman.
Yeah. It's exactly,
Jason
and you say that, and it's like I saw it, and I was like, no fucking way, I'm gonna like this bullshit. But like an episode or two in, you're like, I can't stop fucking watching it. I'm watching all the seasons. It's over. Stranger Things is the same way. There's so many good ones on Netflix that are just like watch from front to back.
Yeah. In all honesty, I spend most of my time trying to figure out like OBS and
Good.
audio routing and camera issues and trying and bit rate and trying to
editing so much.
Yeah, editing lots of video, trying to just get. I'm trying to use this time to learn as many skills as possible because if I'm not busy doing something, I just sit around and I'm sad because I like read news headlines and talk to my mom and think about what life used to be like before we were all fucking doing this shit.
I fucking love you, Neil Nebo. We think the exact same way, dude. It's ridiculous. Well, that's why I just told Ralph, like, I can't stop. He's like, maybe you should just take a break one day a week. And I was like, I can't.
Yeah, we just had this talk.
I said, I
can't,
the same answer.
Dude.
Yo, hey, check it out. Today, okay, so I woke up and I edited this short video, this collab I did with this Canadian bass guy. But after that, I didn't go back to my computer all day. And it was crazy because I'm just like, I've been working too much. I've been pretty much sitting in my office trying to figure all this shit out for the last 3 weeks. But it's weird because when I wasn't doing that, I was sitting on the couch just like fucking scrolling through Instagram and feeling depressed as fuck.
Yeah.
That was today. But it's like, so I can take a break, but when I do, all I do is think too much.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel you. So, yeah, that's what I was just telling Ralph. Is like,
yeah, we
dude,
literally just had the same conversation, and he had almost the exact same answer.
I was like, dude, I said, working is the only time that I can put a stop to this, or actually not even put a stop to it, but just put it into focus to where it's just like, it's not so all over the place and a million thoughts at once. I can kind of center on one thing and it'll occupy me long enough to where I'm tired and want to go to sleep, just to wake up and do it over again. That's just who we are.
What?
She wasn't listening.
What, it just repeats?
Well, I wanted her to hear your explanation of why you stay so busy.
Well, here it is, Allie. It's because, my brain is constantly running at 1,000,000 miles a minute. I have thousands of thoughts bombarding me at once. And when I focus on one task of business and work for my dream and my goal, it's the one time that I can get my mind to not be bombarded by 1,000 thoughts, and I can focus on one thing.
That sounds like Neil.
Yeah, that's
Did you hear that? Say that again.
Sounds like Neil.
Yeah, I heard it. So I understand you, Nebo. We're the same freaking guy. We're just fucking 1,200 miles apart.
It's well, and that's going back to what I was saying about you meet these people on tour and you meet them one night and then next thing you know you're like talking to them on the phone every week, and that chance occurrence that we played that show together. I mean, you make connections like that with like-minded people, and then next thing you know, it's 6 years later, and it's cool. That's what rock and roll and community and music has brought to me more than money, because
oh yeah,
we don't need to go into that. But I got friends in every fucking state, and I've known some of them for going on 20 years, and they're some of the most brilliant, interesting, fun, unique people that I've met in my entire life. And I would have never met them if I never got in a fucking van and started driving around the country playing stupid music,
That's right.
So
yeah.
I wouldn't be with this chick.
That's right.
We know each other.
She wouldn't even know who the fuck I was. And she saw me wearing basketball shorts and fucking dad shoes. Mm-hmm. And I was like ranting about sleeping with Leonardo DiCaprio, and she was in the audience. And then
I thought it was the coolest thing I'd ever seen.
She said she thought it was laundry day by the way we were dressed.
Yeah. But it was the coolest music.
And now I live with this person, and she's got to stop feeding the stray cats.
Yeah.
If she keeps feeding these cats are going to start fucking so much, and then there's going to be a fucking cat farm in our backyard, and all our neighbors are going to fucking know exactly why.
You guys are going to sell kittens. You guys are going to sell kittens on the internet, dude. Make more money.
We signed a lease that said no pets.
Oh, you're fucked, dude. They're outside cats. We're breeding outside cats. Joe Exotic. Neil Exotic, everybody. Neil Exotic.
I got a mustache.
So I got two more questions for you. One, I want to, while me and Ralph are getting set up with some music stuff, I want to play a Downtown Brown song. What song would you like me to play? Like, what is, if I'm like, hey, Neil, listen to one of your own songs or I'm going to kill you. What song are you putting on?
Well, they're all different, but like I think you should just play the title track to California. Just
I already did it.
I
did that one on the playlist tonight. So you can't pick California. That's the only one.
Okay. Fuck, man. I don't know.
Pick one.
Let's let Allie pick one.
No, she's gonna pick.
I won't pick that one.
She's gonna pick the one from 2004 that she likes.
Yeah, I like the soft, sad one. The one he played Cranks. That one's one of my favorites.
I don't even think there's a good version of that.
Why?
Where do you play it off? What's the playlist?
YouTube. I just do off DTB TV's YouTube channel.
Is Crank on there?
Yeah.
Or Welcome to the Acropolis is good. It's long though.
Yeah.
Cranks is so good. I love Cranks. It's like fast.
The only version of that one is from 2008. There needs to be a new version.
I usually go to like your album playlist because you are. Do you not have a Downtown Brown topic? Like, do you really not like provide your own shit to YouTube, so you're not letting a middleman take your revenue?
I have both.
Okay.
Yeah, there's if you look up Downtown Brown, the song name, a lot of the audio only will show up twice because there's a topic and then there's my actual content that's on my page.
Right.
And the thing is, if you go through DistroKid, you just have to accept that there's going to be 2 audio floating around on YouTube, but that's fine because our shit shows up in the search bar if you look for a specific song. It's because our shit's got more views than the topic. You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
we have the same thing.
It's weird. I'm on your show. This is supposed to be entertaining or whatever, but when I talk to JMO, I just talk about fucking analytics and fucking like bit rate and shit.
No, but it's cool because we have a lot of musicians who are watching, you know, that like they need to know this shit. Like if you want to fucking play music, think about starving, eating fucking beans for 2 weeks in a row.
Oh, remember when we met, you said I was eating beans out of a can?
Yeah.
Yep.
Very true.
Because, man, that's how I roll, dude. I would eat fucking beans. I would pour hot sauce on it. Beans out of a fucking can with hot sauce.
Yeah. It's awesome, dude. That's the struggle. Oh, yeah, you got a good version from the from Back from the Dead, 2009.
Yeah, you could play that one. It's
oh, no, wait.
rough.
You have a version from Hot Part. I prefer Hot Part above.
Oh,
that's my favorite album.
Yeah, play that one. Sure. It's a little raw, but it's good.
It should be good.
Yeah. Well, that's my favorite album.
Hot Part.
So I guess last question here. What do you think about Bigfoot, dude? So people are seeing this motherfucker. He's around. He's been photographed. He's been videoed. You know, people have claimed to even fucking talk to him and maybe have mated with him. The people have claimed to kill him. He's a evolved primate. He's half human. He's a giant. He's interdimensional. What do you think? Is he real, or what is he?
All I know is I consider myself Sasquatch agnostic, where I don't deny the possibility of there being a Sasquatch, but I'm not educated enough to have formulated an actual belief and or opinion. But yeah, I want to believe. Let's just put it that way.
So your gut tells you that it's real.
Dude, there's so many things in this, at least that I've seen with my own eyes, that make no sense. So like, yeah, dude, there's probably aliens. They probably already been here, you know? We probably know about it.
Well, yeah. I mean,
is there Bigfoot? Maybe. I don't fucking know.
Well, what do you think? if there is a Bigfoot and Bigfoot is real, do you think it's a over-evolved primate, under-evolved human, an animal that's been here forever, prehistoric maybe, or do you think it's an interdimensional, alien, underground? What do you think that it actually is?
I would say like the most realistic would probably be like it's some sort of a primate, you know, whether it's more evolved or de-evolved or I don't know. Yeah, but the whole interdimensional thing, that's a little far-fetched. That's a little fucking... Are there people that believe that?
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
You clearly aren't doing enough DMT, Neil.
Yeah, you need to do more drugs.
I mean,
Not
yeah.
pharmaceutical drugs, the good kind.
But okay, but then that being said, I don't deny the possibility of Bigfoot being an interdimensional traveling being. You know, I don't know. I just don't. I have no idea.
Well,
So I'm
maybe-
not going to claim to know anything about it. But like, how I used to say when I used to collect these like trading cards when I was a little kid, like X-Men and like Spider-Man and all this shit. And I got real bummed out when I realized it's like we're never gonna have superpowers or like have mutants among us or be able to like fucking jump real high or fly or like we're just pretty boring, you know. So I want to believe that there's some fantastical, wonderful shit that is totally makes no sense to us human beings is out there, but you know, like ghosts, paranormal stuff. I like.
Oh, yeah.
I want for all of that because if it doesn't exist, then it's just pretty boring. You fucking are born and you just eat and you're alive and then one day you die.
Yeah,
Like,
well, at least
like
we're
where-
asking questions.
Like where's the fucking magic? You know, where's the fucking sorcery and the dragons and the the
yeah.
fucking mutant powers and the interdimensional fucking Bigfoot type things, you know, where's the Loch Ness monster? Where's fucking Dracula? You know, like this shit's boring as fuck, dude.
Yeah, come on, we need it. We need this.
I want Dracula at least, you know.
No kidding. Well, cool. Well, thanks for sharing some insight, Neil. I hope that we get to call you back soon. Maybe one day when we both get some time, we'll set up a remote jam and we'll maybe play some music together from California to Indiana at the same time. Have
Is
some
that
good
even
fun.
possible?
It's possible, dude. I was playing music with people from other countries a week ago.
How?
I'll have to. It's a long story, but we can do it.
Well,
It's
if you can make it
basically-
happen, that's pretty cool. Because yeah, people. Like I remember I was on a stream and he's like, why don't you just jam with your band all remotely, all at the same time? And I'm just like, I don't have any idea how I would pull that off.
It can be done. I've got the audio figured out. The audio is no problem. I can feed our audio to us and we can both play. It's the video lining up with the audio because it's offset on one end. And so the video, it's just so tricky. It's like a math equation. I haven't figured out yet, but I will.
Yeah, like even with this fucking capture card that I had, it was a math equation to figure out how many frames per second equals how many milliseconds. I literally had to do math.
Yeah. Dude, it's crazy. But we'll get there.
Bullshit.
We'll make it happen, dude. It's fucking 2020 and we're going to make it our fucking bitch, Neil. It's ours.
I'm going to make it something.
Well, thanks for taking the time. Thanks to Allie for giving us Nebo for a little bit and joining us, giving us your thoughts. And
thank you.
I wish you the best. Everybody follow Neil on Twitch. Neil P. The link's in chat. And hopefully we'll see you again soon.
Thanks for having me, guys. And thanks for being go-getters and inspiring. You know, because that's the thing that there's such a thing as healthy competition. And there was a band called Husker Du. And then there was another band called The Replacements. And they both were Minneapolis area bands that were kind of flourishing around the same time in the 80s. And they, like, one band would do one thing and then the other band would do their version of that because they're like, well, if fucking The Replacements are going to put out this double album. No, was it Husker Du or was it the Minutemen? I don't fucking know. Either way, these bands, they all were sort of friends, but they would be inspired by each other to do these like really fucking what's the word when
Like a challenge. Or one up.
I used it earlier when I was talking about it. It's you're setting your sights high. You're doing something that's very
admirable.
No, not admirable. You're fuck.
I don't know.
God damn it! What's the fucking word? I just said it.
Does it matter?
Yes, it does matter because it. Anyway, I see you guys aspiring to and doing cool shit, and pretty much like all I've been doing lately because of this quarantine shit is emulating my friends that are doing inspiring shit. And there was a time for the first 2 weeks of this quarantine where I didn't want to play. I didn't want to stream a live show. I thought it was tacky.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, wait a minute. No, like, you know, what's tacky is doing fucking nothing.
That's true.
But anyway.
No.
What the fuck is that word?
Well, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that you're taking note. And I mean, I think that it's great that we, you know, me and you work together. We help each other. And I think it's great that we reach out and we help each other build. And it's not a fucking competition, dude. We're just
that shit's so stale. When I came up in Detroit, I just like ran my mouth and talked shit about other bands, and I really was fucking a cocky prick. And I'm just so I'm so glad I grew out of that shit. It's
me
so
too, dude.
Stale.
I've started a lot of fights with a lot of bands in my day.
Oh yeah, wasn't there one that came to blows at one point at one festival or some shit?
Yeah, we got thrown out for whooping some ass, but hey, that guy deserved it. To the point security let me whoop his ass. So, and he was an employee of the festival, but I mean, still, it's like that shit happens. You learn from it, and it's like I probably wouldn't do it again. But you know, it's not like I instigated it either. I was in self-defense there. You gotta defend yourself
attacked.
Sometimes. Yeah, I was attacked. It was crazy.
I was attacked.
You know, but hey,
I
shit
was
happens.
accosted at the music festival.
Yeah, and I mean, like I was saying earlier, good things come from all the bad that happens, and the good things that came from that is that like those are people that we don't need in our life, and it pushed us in a new direction as a band, and here we are today, stronger because of it. Rock and roll.
Where's my fist? There we go.
Thank you, Neil. We'll see you soon. I hope that you have a great day, and I'll be in on your next stream, and I'll be really looking forward to it. Keep making music, keep kicking ass, and I can't wait to have you back as a guest on our shit again.
Thanks, dude. Hey, everyone, Glostik Willie.
Neil P. Follow him, guys. We'll see you later, Neil.
Later, dudes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.